All right. Hello. Fuck. Damn it. All right. Gotta restart this. Guys, give me 2 seconds. All right, everyone. Happy New Year's. Happy 2019. I'm not exactly doing readings right now at the moment, but just a few like words, messages, like things that I kind of just want to like get out there, put out there. And damn, I was going somewhere with this. Um, but yeah, just like a few things I kind of like just wanted to like get off my mind and things that just kind of like been revealed to me in like the past week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Um, So I kind of just want to like start off by saying Happy New Year. I said that already. Um, but not just Happy New Year. It's like make this a new year in retrospect. Like make this a new year completely. Like make this a new year, new energy, new vibes, new perspectives, new mindsets. Honestly, it's like where I'm going with this is it's just like embrace everything as a new. Like, don't look at the energies from last year, the year before that, the year before that. One conversation I definitely wanted to talk about first is mental and emotional health, which is a very serious conversation and topic that no one pays attention to. And I definitely want more people to kind of look into that and taking your mental and emotional health more serious this year and the upcoming year. It's like, and even if you have great mental and emotional health, like try to be that stable support system for the next person, to kind of be that mental emotional support system. Like one thing that I realized from last year is that no one's invincible from mentally and emotionally feeling. No one's invincible from like depression. You're not invincible from your emotions coming to the surface. You're not invincible from like nervous breakdowns. You're not invincible from none of that. However, you can learn to change your mindset and change your perspectives on how you view things. I myself battled with a few nervous breakdowns, like basically on and off all of 2018. And I mean, it's not fun. But one thing that I can definitely say in terms of that is that with each breakdown came, how can I change my perspective? How can I change what the problem is? Like one word I definitely want to focus on outside of kind of just going with mental and emotional health is the word is digest yourself. Like not digest, dissect. Learn how to dissect yourself. Learn how to dissect yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually. This year, learn yourself. If you did not learn yourself last year, please take the time to really learn yourself, because when you learn yourself, it's like you pinpoint what the emotional, energetic, mental causes are and the things around you. Do not be afraid to digest yourself. As human beings, we are like onions. We think we have everything figured out, but yet what we don't seem to comprehend is that we function in layers. There's layers of us. There's surface level shit, and then there's deep embedded emotional things that like we cover in layers. So the layers is really split inside between your conscious, subconscious, unconscious state of minds. And definitely want you to learn how to kind of just be more aware of yourself this year. Be more aware, be more honest with yourself, more honest with your emotions, more honest with what it is you really want out of life. If something is bothering you, speak your truth. If something is on your mind, speak your truth. If you feel like you're not all the way together, allow that to be your truth. Like you have no one you owe anything to, and the end result other than yourself. So why lie to yourself? Why create like realities? Why create emotional barriers that don't need to be there? And honestly, digesting yourself isn't fun. Like digesting and dissecting yourself is it's a living hell. Because by the time you do that, it's like, wow, like I really didn't know there was this many layers to me. I really didn't know like there was this much like baggage beneath me. I really didn't know there was this much to kind of go inward and to look inward at. And you kind of just like have to learn how to really, 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 really listen to yourself and really, 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 really know yourself. Because when you don't, it's just like it's easier to crumble than it is to build yourself up. That's a fun fact. That's not fun. And you want to learn how to kind of just, like I said, like be honest and speak your truth. When you're honest and speak your truth, it's like who can tell you anything different? When you're honest and speaking your truth, when you're honest and speaking your truth, it's like, and when you're living for you in all aspects of yourself, it's like who can really allow, like basically in other words, it's like you can't allow other people to fuck up your mental space. You can't allow other people to fuck up your emotional state of being. You can't give anyone else that like emotional power and that baggage to really kind of like get a hold of you. Like you have to like start taking yourself more seriously, taking who you are more seriously, taking what it is you want to do and where you want to go in life more seriously. Honestly, you're never going to have everything all figured out. No one has everything all figured out. Your favorite celebrities do not have their lives all figured out. Presidents do not have their life all figured out. Nobody has their lives all figured out because guess what? You are always revolving, you are always growing, you're always changing, you're always self-reflecting. And it's like it's okay to go inward and it's okay to say, I do not have everything all figured out. But here's where I want to figure things out at. Here's what's missing. Here's what needs to be applied to. Here's what here's what's lacking, here's what I want more of in my life. And that kind of all comes back to digesting yourself in terms of just really keeping it up front. At the end of the day, it's like when you know yourself, when you learn yourself, like that's one of the biggest ways to spiritually grow. Like that's one of the biggest ways spiritual ascension. Like, and I like the fucked up reality is I'm learning that spiritual ascension is beyond opening up your third eye. Spiritual ascension is beyond meditation and burning some sage. Spiritual ascension, you don't read one law of attraction metaphysical book and it's voila, I have everything all figured out. No, you're never going to have everything all figured out until you go inward and figure yourself out. And for those of you that weren't afraid to do that, it's like, don't victimize yourself this year. Like, that's where a lot of people go wrong at. Like me, for example, I did a lot of victimization last year, but it's like, every time I digested another, like dissected another layer of myself, it was like another layer being peeled back. Oh shit, didn't know that was me. Another layer being peeled back. Oh shit, I do that. Another layer being pulled back. Oh my god, I'm an asshole. Another layer being pulled back. Wow, I give people too much power. It's just like, and when you keep peeling yourself back, it's like you're splitting yourself into understanding your mental body, your emotional body, your etheric body, your astral body. Like you are spiritually ascending when you start living in truth, when you start living in your purpose. Like I oftentimes I get called stubborn. I listen to people. I don't mind listening to people. I don't mind hearing the words that come out of someone's mouth. And it's just like, I know this sounds egotistical, but it's like when you've digested yourself and tell me some shit that I don't already know about myself, we can talk. When you tell me something that's new information to Travis, we can talk. When you tell me something that it's just like it's a wow factor, we can talk. But because I've digested myself, it's like when I hear shit come out of other people's mouths, all I hear is what I already digested. And it's blah, 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 blah. That's another thing. You can't allow yourself to give people too much power through their perspective. At the end of the day, it's like we all have different perspectives. But if you shed yourself, if you learn yourself, if you know yourself, it's like at the end of the day, it's like you learn that at the end of the day, you are your greatest perspective. At the end of the day, it's like you are your eyes and how you view and self reflect and see the world. It's like, and that's the spiritual ascension most people don't understand. They really need to like focus and work on within this year. It's like just digest like every single part of you. Um, damn. Let's see. Another thing I wanted to talk about is sort of just like don't be afraid to just jump in and go forward this year. Don't be afraid to like release fear. It's like that's another thing. It's like don't lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself. And it's okay to say when you're scared. I did it last night. Like most people went out, got drunk, turned up, did whatever. One thing I had to do last night was accept my shedding and accept the ability of like, oh shit, I'm scared. I'm scared of my own future success and I'm scared of what comes with it. Be honest with yourself. When you tackle yourself in honesty, when you tackle yourself and you're real with yourself, it's like, oh shit, okay, I didn't know I was subconsciously like had that buried for so long, for so deep. Like, just this year, take the time to know you and take the time to learn your truths because 2019 is going to have a very powerful masculine energy behind it. Like 2018, you know why shit was so emotional, so all over the place? Because it's like we were in the year of the divine feminine. We were in the year of the divine feminine energy of like just like goddess energy, the female aspect of God. Like, and with that energy comes the emotions, it comes the moon cycles, it comes the like, it comes the fact that like you got to remember our bodies are like 70-80% water, whatever. When the moon changes and that feminine energy changes and it overpowers and it overwhelms, you have to remember you are now also in tune with those tides. You're in tune with the emotions that are changing behind the moon. You're in tune with the energies that are changing and what was the year of the divine feminine. So it was okay to be emotional, to realize things, to cut people off, to shed yourself in the aspect of layers. It was okay to let yourself go and kind of just learn your spiritual self, your mental, your astral self. And within this year, it being more of a masculine energy undertone, one thing you're going to learn is that like truth is so important. Being honest, it's like you're going to lose friendships over it. Shit, you might lose family members over it. You're going to lose a lot of people over it. Because when you learn yourself, you become more aware, you become more selective of who you keep in your space. You become more aware of who you allow to breathe in the same air as you, in the same room as you. You become more aware of, wow, like I'm doing all this learning, all this growing within myself. It's just like, yo, you're going to learn what isolation really means. Last year, it's just like no matter whether I was calling it depression, mental funks, whatever, at the end of the day, part of that layer peeling was the simple fact that I also had to learn, like I said, like you digest yourself. So when you're digesting yourself, you're going to learn isolation. You're going to learn that not everyone that says they're for you are for you. You're going to learn how to just sort of like maneuver your new life because now you're in a metamorphosis state. Now you're in a metamorphosis state of healing. Now you're in a metamorphosis state of being honest with yourself. Now you're in the metamorphosis state of learning who you are from scratch again. And when you're in your metamorphosis state, you're going to understand that you can't allow too many people to share the same cocoon as you. Not everyone's going to share the same cocoon as you. Not everyone's going to understand why you're even in that cocoon, but you have to understand why you're in that cocoon. You have to understand your metamorphosis state. It's just like I realized, like, oh shit, like there's two different types of cocoons. You feel me? When you're in that cocoon, you can either be a butterfly or you can be a moth. Choose your energy and choose your shedding wisely. When I say learn yourself, shed yourself, and digest yourself, that doesn't mean beat yourself up. I digested myself, still kept amazing confidence throughout the year, still loved myself throughout the year. But with that being said, it's just like I also had to kind of like understand, okay, like all of this is coming to the surface. All of this stuff is finally pouring out. All of this stuff is finally like rising. But at the end of the day, it's just like I realized like I don't want to beat myself over everything that I'm learning about myself. So where I'm going with this is don't self-victimize yourself when you're healing in that metamorphosis state because you don't want those energies to turn you into a moth. You want to make sure you're a butterfly. At the end of the day, it's like this year, I don't have any expectations. The only thing I'm ready to do is fly wherever the wind takes me, wherever God takes me, wherever these new energies take me. This year, I'm ready to fly because I earned my right to fly. I earned my right to be a butterfly. I earned my right to go wherever life takes me without fear, without second guessing, without remorse, without having to ask anyone else for validation. Hey, do you think this is a good idea? No, go inward. Talk with yourself. That's another thing. People are so scared to talk to themselves. It makes them sound crazy. It makes you sound like, oh shit, no, talk to yourself. You're your own best friend. No one knows you like you know you. When I start talking to yourself this year. That is my best advice to you. If guarantee you start talking to yourself this year, you're going to be like, oh shit, like where did you come from with that information? And then you're going to have another part of yourself that's just like blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be like, oh shit, there's two of you. And you're going to be like, wow, where did that all come from? And you're going to shock yourself because you're going to be like, you're going to basically be reading your own ass. You're going to be having conversations with yourself. People ask me all the time, Travis, who do your readings? I don't go to other people for readings. I went inward. You go inward when you need information because you know it's inward. God is inward. You know, what is inward, your higher self is inward. Everything that you need to know about you is already inward. It's already a part of you. It's already around you. Your ancestors, spirit guides, your like those like spiritually appointed to you to watch over you in this lifetime. It's like they're already there. You're already inward. You feel me? Um, but yeah, it's like really, really, really learn yourself in 2019. Because if you listen, 2018 had everybody fucked up. 2018 was my 2016, but it was 2016 with more insight, more development, more growing. And like I said, it's not like it was an easy year. Like, and guys, just because it's January doesn't mean, woohoo, like, technically the new year, new energy, new shift doesn't start until February of next month. Like, that's when you're really gonna feel like, oh shit, like I've never felt so alive. January, keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it collected, do what you have to do, because this year is just like, if you don't succeed, it's because you were your own stumbling block. And when I was talking to myself, that's another thing I had to let myself know. Like, you can't create self victimizing behaviors and realities and be like, oh shit, why is my life like? You can't victimize yourself. Because when you victimize yourself, it's like you don't get anything done. It's like I did more sleeping last year than anything. Guess what? I can't sleep and be like, oh my God, why is business not where I want business to be at? I had to tell myself, yo, you're a lazy bitch. It was the fucking truth. You have to tell yourself the truth. It's like, yo, like, okay, like, you know what I mean? It's like, why would I magically have everything handed to me and I was only putting in half the effort? And that's another thing. You get out what you put in. You put in 10%, you get back 10%. That's how the universe works. Like, and so many people pray, 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 spiritual work, candle work, manifest, 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 manifest. But they do these things and we forget to apply action behind the work. Yo, God be chilling. Because at the end of the day, it's like God's waiting for you to wake up inside of yourself. God is waiting for you to take responsibility and take action and take heed of yourself. God is really waiting for you to just sort of like to learn yourself. The divine feminine is learning, is waiting for you to acknowledge your emotional aspect of yourself. Like the divine feminine aspect inside of God is waiting for you to say, it's okay for me to be emotional. It's okay to be honest with my emotions. It's okay to be sensitive. It's okay to be intuitive. It's okay to want to explore other things outside of my comfort zone and out of my reality. This year, if you did not learn in 2018, you will learn this year. Shed your ego. Shed your ego. Shed your ego. Ego is the biggest cock block to your blessings. Ego. It will get you nowhere. Ego will get you stuck. Paying attention to ego, overwhelming when your intuition is telling you one thing and your ego is telling you another. Learn the difference. I've got myself out of a lot of shit due to the gift of intuition. And that's another thing, like strengthen your intuition. Guys, the vibration frequencies in this year is going to be very, 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 very powerful. And when I say very, 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 very powerful, you can either give into light or you can give it to the dark. This could go either way. It's like, what power do you want to give into? What power do you want to step into? What power do you want to dive into? Like, it's so many lessons to still learn. But at the end of the day, it's like I said, this is a very, very, very powerful blessing. Just you put in what you get out type of year. Like 2018 was a shedding year. It was a roller coaster year for everybody. Even if you think like your closest, most positive, upbeat friend had everything all figured out, I'm that positive, upbeat friend. We did not have it all figured out. We never have it all figured out because we're too busy making sure helping other people make sure they have it all figured out. And that's another thing I had to digest and learn about myself. It was okay. I can't keep being there for other people before I'm there for myself. I can't keep answering everyone else's phone calls, emergency text messages. Travis, I need a reading. Travis, I need this. Travis, I need that. And Travis himself was internally dying, internally digesting myself. And I had to learn that, damn, I really can't play Superman for these hoes 24/7. And I love what I do. I love healing the collective. I love helping people. I love people. I love helping people step into their purpose, stepping into their divine calling. It's like when you, and it's like, and that's even, and then that's another reason I had to be honest with myself. I, I had to be honest because it was just like when you know your life purpose, and when your life purpose gets miscombobulated, you're just like, oh, fuck. This is a really comfortable pillow, though. But no, it's like when you learn your life purpose, it's like you just, it makes it that much weird in a sense. I say that much weird because it's like now you're putting pressure on yourself to make sure you get to your life purpose faster. Now you're putting pressure on yourself to make sure, oh shit, like I know my life purpose, I know what I want to do, but I don't have all the answers to everything I want to do. Guess what? You're fucking yourself up because now you're putting more energy into self-doubt, and you're putting more energy into making sure you get everything right instead of just going with the flow, instead of just allowing yourself to be your own miracle. Oh shit. Instead of allowing yourself to just sort of be like that vessel of calmness. It's okay to not have it all figured out. And that's what I had to keep telling myself. And like I said, I was talking to myself. I'm in layers. Ego, middle level Travis was just like, no, it's not okay that I don't have it all figured out. And higher self Travis was like, no, it's okay. You got to understand, everything is not on your timing. There's two different types of timing. There's our timing and there's divine timing. You can't, like, it was a pain in the ass because every time I got that message of divine timing, I was like, F divine timing. You know what I mean? Because it's like spiritually, even though like our spirits are connected to the other side, our spirits, our intuition is connected to God, our spirits and intuition was connected to another aspect of ourselves. Physically, it's like you don't want to be told anything about divine timing. Physically, you want to say, my life is in my hands. Guess what? Your life's not always in your hands. Guess what? There's some people that actually do have control over their own lives, where they want to go, what they want to do, where their lives are going, how they want to take it. And you have some people where it's like it's a 50-50. You have control, but other shit is already predestined for you. And one thing that like kept fucking me up last year, that was another thing I had to learn and digest. You cannot escape your future. What is meant for you is meant for you. What will happen is going to happen. You cannot rush that. Going back into divine timing, you have to accept when you just gotta surrender. You gotta let God put you in handcuffs. You gotta walk away and accept that everything's gonna be okay wherever you're going in those handcuffs. If you have enough faith, you're going to understand that, oh shit, I'm in these handcuffs, but like wherever I'm going, I know it's not prison. Wherever I'm going, I know I'm meant to just kind of be silenced and go inside myself. I know I'm meant to just kind of wait it out until that divine timing comes for me. It serves its purpose. And don't rush divine timing this year. Don't rush marriage. Don't rush relationships. Don't rush happiness. Don't rush children. Don't rush that apartment. Don't rush that car. Do not rush. What is meant for you will happen for you regardless. It will happen effortlessly. It will happen if you apply the action behind the prayer. It's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen. The energies are potent this year. It's going to happen regardless, but it is up to you to not rush it. So many times, even people come to me for readings and they're just like, oh, but you said it was going to be blah, 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 blah. And then it's just like, I'm just a messenger. Like it was supposed to be in blah 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 or this month and around that time. That's what I picked up. But what did you do to sort of throw that off guard? You feel me? It's like we have to learn when to sit back, relax, and just be a passenger. Be a passenger, shut the hell up, and let God drive. That's it. That's all you can really do, especially in this year. Don't talk, action. Do not talk. Do not say anything. Action first, obtain your goals, stay silent, and then you get it. And then you allow yourself to be that vessel of positivity for the next person. Spread love this year. Spread emotional healing this year. Spread being there for your neighbor this year. Spread loving yourself this year. And do not be afraid to love yourself. Do not be afraid to love your skin, your weight, your height, your features. It's like so like even when people want to attract the love of their lives, it's like how are you gonna attract someone and you're still a missing puzzle piece within yourself first? You ain't gonna attract nothing but someone who has the easy access and ability to use you and abuse you mentally and emotionally. You don't want that. You like coming back into learning yourself. Learn yourself this year. I cannot stress it enough. Digest yourself this year, like, and to be quite honest, it's like you're never done digesting. Like, if a lot of people were not so busy victimizing themselves and giving into ego last year, you would already be ahead of the digestion process, of the dissecting process. Open yourself up, be an onion, allow yourself to kind of get peeled back, allow yourself to just, like, okay, like, talk to less people and talk to yourself more. I promise you it will be okay. Like, I'm not saying I have a full conversation outside on the street, but hey, if that's what gets you to calm down, if that's what gets you to just like be like, okay, I accept it, you will be surprised at what angels come through when you're talking to yourself 1 minute and you're being honest with yourself. You will end up having a whole spiritual breakthrough talking to an angel, like, and then after they leave, be like, did that just happen? Nah, that was all in my head. And it's just like, oh, it's not all in your head. Allow yourself to have your spiritual breakthroughs. Allow yourself to have your spiritual breakdowns. It's normal. But don't allow yourself to wallow in the self pity of it all. Do not allow yourself to be like, oh my God, I'm damaged. This, that, and the third is going on. It is 2019. Just nine alone is a number of completion. It's the number of goals. But guess what? Nine is a number you have to work for. Nine is a number that if you're not putting in that footwork, if you're not putting in that action, you might as well turn that nine upside down into a six. Incompletion, working. Nine is a number where it's just like you're going to get what you want, but not if you don't work for it. Yeah. But that's honestly all I really had to say. Wanted to just get that off my head, off my chest. Um, yeah, I'm taking a break from readings this month, February. I'll get back on track next month. But like I said, digestion. I'm dissecting myself still. It's January. My new year don't start till February 1st. That new year, new me, new breath, new energy doesn't start until February 1st. So for those of you that resonated with this, that watched this, that said, oh shit, he's on to something. You have 31 days in the year. 30, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to take that back. 31 days still in the year, January. 31 days to self improve yourself, to digest yourself, to get yourself out of these situations. You plant all these seeds of manifestation, but no one ever does the root work of like realizing you have to pull the weeds out from yourself, then plant the seed, then water it, then add sunlight, then allow yourself to grow. No, we just think we're going to blink our eyes and get everything magically handed to us. And when shit's handed to us that we worked so hard and manifested for, we're wondering why the fuck our manifestations are going left. It's because you jumped into your manifestations with mold in the tree. That's disgusting. You jumped into manifesting what you wanted to manifest with just like weeds, with things blocking you from like growth. Like ever just got that one thing you wanted to manifest so hard, that one thing you wanted to manifest, like, oh shit, like I'm gonna get it, blah 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 blah, and then you obtain it, and then you're depressed as shit once you obtain it. You're like, whoa 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 whoa, chill. This was supposed to be happy. This was supposed to be an amazing goal. This was supposed to be my manifestation. You ain't do shit to improve before you got that manifestation. You ever seen people where it's like, before even take for example marriage, you getting to know someone, you're falling in love, you're happy, you're this, you're that, you're the third, and then you jump into a relationship, you jump into a marriage with that person, and it's like, who, or you start living with that person, and it's, who are you? What the hell? Wait, when did you have so much of my power before I had so much of my own power? Why is this going more left than it's going right? It's because at the end of the day, it's like you didn't digest yourself. You jumped into a relationship hoping for the other person to do the dissecting for you. Can't allow other people to dissect you. You go inward and you dissect yourself this year. Dissect. That is the message. Spiritually dissect. Guys, I'm going to end it at that. Leave comments, DM me if you have questions, share the video. And that's another thing. Be a support system this year. I'm not going to beg for support because guess what? That's my job to support me. Had to learn that also. Can't rely on other people for support. Have to rely on myself for support. Have to learn how to build my empire from scratch. Little 85/45 views, like I gotta realize, gotta start taking this YouTube shit more seriously. Gotta start taking my business more seriously. Can't rely on other people. It's another thing I had to go inward and dissect. But all that aside, still be a support system for small owned businesses this year. Be a support system for your brothers and sisters. Show them support. Don't do that freebie and hand out shit this year. If you really love your neighbor, if you really love your friend, if you really support your family, if you really support anyone, just like support them. And so many times people think support is financial. So many times people think support, like when people hear the word support, they're like, fuck, I gotta donate. No, you don't. Spread this message. Like, watch the video from scratch. Let me know you watched it. Share it. Love me. just whatever. Just that support. Support is so small. And people forget that support is this tiny, like this tiny. I'm not a complicated person. I love support, but like I said, I've learned this year I want support, gotta support myself. That's awesome. But still, it's also nice to still know it's there. I'm leaving. The video will be available for you guys to watch from scratch. It's alive. And just really live your best life this year, but learn yourself this year. Learn yourself, you learn your best life. I promise you. All right. And I am now going to end this. Where are my glasses? Blind as shit.